Scene of bleeding in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom by August Wilson. A significant part of the action of the play deals with the destruction of African American culture, which is embodied in the blues. The commercialization of the blues by the white man is the reason behind the destruction of African American heritage, which the blues embodies. The sexual implication of the title illustrates the cultural damage which the Africans suffer through the commercialization of the blues. Wilson adamantly opposes cultural adaptation. The threat to the blues comes from two dangers. 1. The loss of social context. 2. The innovation. Ma Rainey also shows the white exploiters who don't understand the values in the blues undermine it. Of course, Ma Rainey speaks for Wilson, who views the blues as a music that connects and creates a particular type of existence by virtue of the African American value system associated with it. Considers the blues singer as a carrier of the culture. He also thought of them as a sacred because of the sacred task they took upon themselves. The destruction of the African American culture, which the commercialization of the blues stresses, is graphically expressed by the final scenic image of bleeding. The image is associated with Toledo, one of Ma Rainey's band musicians. Toledo speaks for the African American tradition. He is old, wise, insightful, and self-educated. He always warned them against the high cost of cultural deviation. He also reminded them of their ancestral heritage in their acts of everyday life. Toledo identifies himself with African American culture. Therefore, the scenic image that shows him to be slain by Levi defines the theme of the play. Levi, the youngest of Ma Rainey's band, he strips himself completely of his African American heritage, which he regards as primitive, and associates himself with the white man. That is visualized by the shoes he wears, which are flourishing. A flourishing is a white man wear. And Toledo wears clodhoppers, which they are usually worn by African American people. Now it's clear that the two men, Toledo and Levi, are aptly different. When Sturdivant refuses to record Levi's modified blues songs, the latter is so frustrated that he plunged the knife into Toledo's back up to the hilt, simply because Toledo accidentally steps on his flourishing shoes. This thematically scenic image of bleeding highlights the destruction of African American culture in consequence of the white man impact.